You are listening to Archery Maniacs Gear Reviews. You know, I'm impressed with this Kifaru. 150 plus pounds, this thing can handle whatever I throw at it. These Under Armour fat tires are so comfortable, but it's only been 6 months and they've already got holes. I just can't get them to hold up for me. This Valkyrie broadhead delivery system hits so hard, pass-throughs are now expected. I gotta say it, this Sitka gear is the only camo that has lasted me longer than a year. And once again, this damn binocular harness has rotated around, putting all the pressure on the base of my neck. This S4 gear lockdown sucks. Just like that, it was broke and I was pissed. I'm not here to tear any companies down, but to simply tell the truth, because my life and my hunt depend on my gear to perform. So with that, enjoy your no-holds-barred, non-scripted, no bullshit gear review. Now, let's get into the show! By the way, if you're tuning in on podcast, this exact episode will be on our YouTube channel, Archery Maniacs. That way you can see all the gear that I am discussing. Hey everyone, Zach Herold here with Archery Maniacs. Today we are going to review the GOAT Tuff Equalizer Release. This release has lasted me through, 3 years or something like that, and I am really hard on stuff. So, right there, it is a very tough release. What the Equalizer Release does is, it's true to its name, it allows you to add up to 3 inches on your draw length comfortably and still shoot with the correct form, because the Equalizer Release, rather than a regular finger style release that hooks all the way up here by your index finger, the Equalizer Release hooks all the way back here by the middle of your palm, and you utilize a plunger style trigger to trigger, no pun intended, to shoot the release, uses a plunger style trigger. Now, it's attached to the wrist strap by string, so that's nice because it will help remove some of the torque by your hand, because it can allow the release to sit in any position it needs to rather than torquing your string. That's awesome. The wrist strap on this thing is really stiff leather, which I like because I don't like my release moving around and that kind of stuff. So I like that as well. Honestly, the release has done good for me. That's a very crisp trigger. There's literally no travel whatsoever in the release plunger. It's got a set screw in here that you just tighten down on these 2 pieces of black cord so that you can lengthen this and shorten it as needed. I think it was like $250 or $350 when I got it back then, and it's been great for me. I don't have any complaints. And it allows a short draw archer to pick up, some feet per second, because each inch of draw length is roughly 10 feet per second. So if you're able to shoot comfortably anywhere from 1 to 3 inches longer, you're looking at 10 to 30 feet per second faster out of your bow, which everyone's looking for that speed, which helps with kinetic energy and momentum, which is a big plus. However, I just, as much as all that stuff is, I just don't feel that since I've switched to this release, I just don't feel that I have been able to be as accurate. I don't know. I just don't feel that I have personally, and I don't know that that's all release. But I have recently switched back to more of a conventional hand style release right at the moment, and I seem to be shooting better than when I was shooting with this. So that might be something you caution. But other than that, the release has done great for me. So, do I think you get what you pay for? Absolutely. It's never broke over or failed on me. It's done everything that it was supposed to do. So, absolutely, I think you get what you paid for. On a toughness scale, 1 to 10, a 10. You know, I've fallen down rock slides, fallen in rivers. Submerged my whole body as well as the release completely, and it still performed flawlessly. So toughness, it's got a 10. Would I recommend it to a friend? You know, I would, in the event that the friend is an experienced archer and understands why they want to pick up extra feet per second, you know, what it's going to do to their setup, but also so that they understand what it's going to do to them while they're at full draw and everything like that. Because, yeah, you're very close to, you know, when I was at full draw with this, I was shooting 1.5 inches longer draw length than I normally shoot. And I was still right here at the corner of my jaw, which is still pretty normal. But what I did notice is although the string is cutting through your nose, it's not the exact same as when the knock is right here in the corner of your mouth like it should be, like most conventional releases. So that's all I would caution if I were to recommend it for a friend, is I would just caution that kind of stuff. Other than that, though, the release has done great for me. The customer support was great. They actually sent me a trial release for 2 weeks to test it out before I spent the money on getting this release to make sure that I liked it, which in my opinion is awesome. You know, how many companies do you know that will send you a $350 release in the mail, say, here, try it for 2 weeks, don't pay us anything. If you don't like it, send it back. If you do, you can order one specifically for you. That's pretty cool in my opinion. So anyways, that is the Goat Tuff Equalizer release. Thanks for tuning in, and be looking out for another gear review next week.
Thank you for tuning into the show. It means a lot to us.
If you enjoyed the show, please feel free to leave a comment and subscribe. We would really appreciate it.
And a special thanks to
Valkyrie Archery, Titanium Archery Products, Kifaru International, Dark Energy Tech, Iron Mind Hunting, Blood Tracks, Gannett Ridge Sporting Equipment, Sand Springs Archery, I Hunt Fit, Accubow, and Summit Productions.
Some other podcasts that you should definitely check out are
Eastman Elevated with Bride and Barney,
Get Bit Outdoors with Lonnie Craighead,
I Hunt Fit Radio with Matt Husky,
and Hunt Harvest Health with Ryan and Hillary Lampers.
Be on the lookout for 4 new weekly podcasts.
Monday is a main guest where we have a brand new person on the show. Tuesday is Stories from the Red Zone, where we break down success and failure hunting stories in terms of harvests and figure out why it worked or why it didn't. Wednesday is all about tips and tactics, the nuts and bolts of how things are worked and how to make you better at anything archery. And Thursday is a gear review, because the last thing that I want is you to spend your hard-earned money on gear that simply isn't going to perform and isn't going to last. Thanks again for tuning into the show, and we hope to have you listening on the next episode.